Welcome to the University of Wolverhampton Skills Development Team Short Guide to Harvard Referencing. Most subjects taught at the university use the Harvard system, but if you are unsure, please check your module guide. To begin with, we need to consider why referencing is important. There are several reasons why you should reference your work. The most important of these is honesty. By referencing your work, you can avoid charges of plagiarism. You are acknowledging your sources and the contribution their work has made to yours. It is also only polite to acknowledge work you have used or referred to. Referencing your work will also improve your credibility. It will show you have thoroughly researched your work and have checked your facts. Referencing will also help both others and yourself find the original text you have used. You should include a reference whenever you draw upon another source of information. You should reference direct quotes. You should include references if you have paraphrased or summarized ideas. You should reference specific information, such as tables or statistics. You should use a reference whenever you have used someone else's thoughts or ideas. A reference is made of two parts. The first is the citation in the written part of your assignment, and the second is the complete reference which is included in the reference list at the end of your work. A citation consists of the author or authors, the year and the page numbers of the piece of work you are referencing. However, it is only really necessary to include the page numbers when you are referencing a direct quote. Here we can see an example where someone has used a direct quote written by the author Halliday. The citation gives us the author's surname. It tells us it was written in 1978 and is on page 19 of that piece of work. To indicate that it is a direct quote, we have used speech marks around Halliday's words. Here we have two more examples of citations. In these examples, rather than use a direct quote, we have paraphrased. In the second example, we are not directly referring to the author by name. In such instances, the author's name goes inside the brackets that surround the citation. If you are referring to a piece of work that has 1, 2, or 3 authors, all surnames should be included as part of the citation. If the piece of work has more than 3 authors, the first surname is given, followed by et al. In italics. We will now look at the full reference. Here we have the reference for the book Skills for Success, written by S. Cottrell in 2010. The reference is made up of the author, date, title, edition, place of publication, and publisher. It is only necessary to include the edition if it is not the first. The title of a book is in italics, everything else is in plain text. Much of the information you need for your reference will be found on the title page of the book you are using. On the reverse of that page will be the publisher information, which should provide the rest of the information, such as place of publication and publisher. Here we have a reference for a journal article. The journal article is Students' Voices from the journal Support for Learning, written by Kerwin and Leather in 2011. For a journal article, the reference is made of the author, date, article title, journal title, volume number, issue number, and page numbers. The article title is in plain text, whereas the journal title is in italics. The volume number should be in bold, the issue number should be in brackets. The information you need for a journal article reference can be found on the first page of the article. This will give you the journal title, the article title, the authors, and all other relevant information. We can see that references for different types of material require different data. For a book, the reference is made up of the author, date, title, edition, place, and publisher. For a journal article, it is made up of the author, date, article title, journal title, volume number, part or issue number, and page numbers. When referencing material found online, you need to add additional information to your reference. You need to indicate that the material was found online, you need to state when you accessed the material, and you need to show the URL where the material can be located. To show that the material is online, you need to add online in square brackets after the journal or book title. Also in square brackets, you need to show when the material was accessed. Finally, at the end of the reference, you need to add available at and then add the URL of the material. This has been a brief introduction to Harvard referencing. The full University of Wolverhampton Harvard Guide can be found online at www.wlv.ac.uk/lib/Harvard. For more information, or if you have any questions, please go to www.wlv.ac.uk/skills.